Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Today we will talk about Airsoft and how to start with it. I will guide you through all of the important points you need to know before starting Airsoft. I know some of you are all fired up and want to go play their first Airsoft game, but let's get over some things first so you can enjoy it as much as possible. This video will be divided into three main points. First one is guns, then protection and gear, and the third one is Airsoft rules and tips. The first point is guns. The most common question in Airsoft is what gun should I buy? Or what's the best gun? Well, the answer is quite complicated. There's not one and only best gun in the world. It all depends on what you like. And firstly, if you're one of those guys who really wants to be a sniper because you've seen all these cool videos from Novric and Silo, stop right there. The only time when sniper has an advantage over other players is on large scale games like Milsim for example, and I do not recommend playing those in the beginning because if you don't know what to do, it can be really boring. At the beginning, I would try some CQB games because that's where you get the most action and you can find out if you really enjoy playing Airsoft. Then it's time for your first gun. The best thing you can do to find out which type of gun you like is not to immediately buy a gun, but lend a gun for the first few games, or if you have friends who play Airsoft, try their guns. Almost every official Airsoft event has a possibility to lend a gun for relatively cheap. I highly recommend an AK or an AR platform. They are the most popular, most reliable, and there's a million of spare parts and upgrade parts available. Okay, now let's say that you have found out the type of gun you like. And now you're browsing the internet, checking all the guns, and you see stuff like GBBR, AEG, and you really don't know what any of that stuff means. So let me tell you a little something about each type of gun and how they work. There are three main types of guns. The first and the most common type is an AEG, which stands for Airsoft Electric Gun. Electric guns are the most popular ones because they are very reliable, simple to use, relatively cheap, and easy to maintain if you have some technical skills. Therefore, your first gun should definitely be an AEG. We'll get to that later. The second type of guns is gas-operated guns. The most common gas-operated guns are pistols. They use CO2 gas, which is stored either in a CO2 cartridge, which is screwed into the magazine, or filled into the magazine directly. Gas guns have a lot of downsides. As the outside temperature goes down, so does their efficiency. They are not very reliable and they break a lot. Therefore, I only recommend gas guns as sidearms for beginners. For example, this is my gas pistol. It works like this. You rack it and now you have to shoot. The third type of guns is manual guns. Manual guns are mostly used as sniper rifles or shotguns. They are manual because you have to rack them every time you shoot. So as I said before, your first gun should definitely be an AEG. I would personally go for full metal ones because they are a bit heavier and pricier, but they are much more durable and will last you a fucking lifetime. A good first full metal gun, if it's an AK or an AR, should cost you around 150 to 200 euros. If you want to go a little bit cheaper, you can buy plastic ones, but they are easier to break, so be aware of that. For example, I still use my first AK I ever bought. I think I bought it around 150 euros and I upgraded it. It's not stock, but it never broke. I fell on it many times and it's just, I would rely with my life on this gun. This is my DMR build. It's an Double Eagle AR-15. This one was a little bit pricier because it's full metal and it has a fire control unit inside it. In the future I will explain what that is. If you're buying an AK, I would definitely go for a brand called SEMA. They are the most popular ones and most reliable ones. And if you're buying an AR, I would go for Delta Armory or Double Eagle. I have some experience with them and they are pretty good. And also another important thing to mention is the power of the guns. Check the power limits on your playing ground. Usually it's 1.5 joules for CQB guns, but it can depend on the country and organizers can too set their own limits. If you're buying a gun from a shop, check the power of the gun, and if it's above the power limit of your playing ground, write in an order note that you want to lower its power to a specific number. You can do that in almost every proper airsoft shop. The second part of this video will be protection and gear. The first and the most important thing is eye protection. Please guys, protect your eyes. Firstly, if you have one of those mesh goggles, throw them away immediately. They are a complete bullshit. Once the BB hits them, it can shatter and it will all go into your eyes. Throw them away and buy plastic ones. You can get them at any army or airsoft shop for like 10 euros. For example, I still use these. I think they're called Uvex Evo. I bought them for around 10 euros I think, and they are very good. The second thing is face protection. It's optional, but I recommend it if you don't want to lose teeth. You can either buy this kind of face mask with a strap. I currently don't have a strap on this one. And it will go around your head. Or you can use a balaclava like this. I personally use this one because I don't like having a million straps on the backside of my head. The third thing is head protection. I also recommend this one. Mainly if you are playing in an urban area where there are buildings, you'll be climbing through windows and you can hit your head on the top frame of the window and it can be really painful. I speak from experience. You can get a helmet from Emerson Gear for around 30 euros. And it can look pretty fucking slick if you have a good helmet setup, for example like this. The fourth thing are boots. Boots are also very important if you don't want to sprain your ankle. I recommend a proper high footwear that will support your ankle. The fifth and the last thing on this list is gloves. Fingers is one of the worst places you can get hit. It fucking hurts. I recommend wearing some kind of gloves. I personally use these. They are from Mechanics. They costed around 30 euros and I do not recommend very thick gloves because then you won't have feeling in your fingers. The third part of this video is airsoft rules and tips. Every airsoft playground can have its own specific rules, so be sure to read it properly. Here's a list of some universal airsoft rules and some tips from me. First one is call your hit. Guys, don't cheat. When you get hit, call hit, raise your hand and go to the respawn. If you cheat, people will shoot you even more, they will complain and eventually you will be thrown out of the playground. So there's really no point in cheating. The second one is always shoot with a sighted gun. Especially this one can be really dangerous. Don't just blindly point your gun behind corners and across barricades. You have no way to know how close the other guy might be and it can be pretty painful to be shot up close and you can even cause an unnecessary injury. The third rule is don't do things that are not allowed. Read the rules of the playground before you go play there. Don't just walk there like you know everything in the world and act totally stupid. If you don't know something or don't understand something, go to the refs, tell them it's your first time playing airsoft and I'm sure they will gladly help you. The fourth thing is let other players know that you are dead. I especially come across this one every time I play. If you get hit, don't just walk to the respawn with a gun in your hands. How the fuck am I supposed to know if you're dead or if you're just walking somewhere? The best thing you can do is use a death rack like this, or you can use a reflection vest from your car. But if you are playing a fast-paced CQB, just raise your hand above your head, every once in a while shout dead, and you'll be fine. The fifth rule is don't shoot somebody more than is necessary. I really fucking hate this. Somebody is sneaking on me from behind, I don't hear him, and he fucking shoots me 5 times in the back. Really? Can't you just shoot me once? Just shoot me somewhere I can feel it and that's enough. It fucking hurts and it's totally unnecessary. Sixth and the last one will be respectful to other players. Just don't act totally stupid, don't argue with other players, it's totally useless. If you saw somebody cheating, tell it to the refs and they will take care of it. And just all in all, act like a reasonable human being. Then you and others will enjoy the game much more. Okay guys, so that'll be all for this video. If I didn't mention something important, please write it down in the comment section. And also if you have some questions, write it down in the comment section and I will try to answer it as best as I can. If you like this kind of video, please leave a like and subscribe and I'll see you on the next one.